Yo, what's up guys? It's King Reggie, back again with another video, and in this video, I'm going to be giving you 5 tips to improve at Apex Legends. Now, if you're anything like me, you probably play Apex for about 1 to 3 hours every odd day or so, and if that's the case, improving at Apex can be hard. So I came up in this video with 5 tips that can be easily applied every time you play Apex. So without further ado, let's just jump right into the video. Alright, let's start with tip number 1, which is a good warm-up routine. Now before you start a game in Apex, you want to head over to the firing range to warm up. And now this warm-up doesn't need to be super long or boring. You just want to use this time to warm your fingers up a little bit and start to get your mind right before you play a game of Apex. You want to utilize the firing range as much as you can in Apex to improve at things that you struggle with, like movement, flicks, or weapons, and you want to master them the best that you can so that you can feel comfortable in a game to use them. The firing range, we know, is limited in its current state, but there's a way for you to be creative and make do with it as is, and hopefully in the future there's some improvements made to it. But as for right now, there's more than enough for you to practice with as it pertains to guns and simple or advanced movement text. And if you want a good warm-up routine for your gun skill, I can leave a link in the description below because I already made a video for this. And if you want a movement warm-up video, just drop a like on the video and I'll start to create one. Moving on to tip number 2, which is implementation. Now what we do in the firing range, we want to be able to take that into a real game, which sounds simple enough, but it's something that a lot of Apex players, myself included, struggle with. And the best way to implement these things is to just do them in a game. Now don't worry about the end result, don't worry about what it's going to look like, because you need the repetition and you need to develop that muscle memory. For example, there's several different movement techs that are hard to master, like a tap strafe or a wall bounce, and they can be difficult to use in a game. Or say, for example, maybe you want to be able to be better at using the wingman, or you want to learn the flatline recoil. Whatever you're practicing on, you want to take that and put yourself in a game time situation, and over time you will improve. Maybe you'll just have to miss all of your wingman shots for you to improve, or maybe you're going to have to just botch your whole tap strafe for you to improve at the tap strafe. But that is going to make you more comfortable and going to make it easier for you to implement these things into a game, and then it will just become a part of your own game. Now I wouldn't add a bunch of new things into your game, I would just try to go with one thing at a time. For example, say maybe you just want to try the flatline, just only use the flatline that day, or maybe you want to try and wall bounce. Start wall bouncing around the map, just wall bounce, try and wall bounce in a fight. Just do one thing at a time and slowly stack up different techniques or different things that you're practicing in the range and implement them into your game. Tip number 3 is going to be movement. Now movement is a huge part in Apex Legends, from a simple strafe to an advanced super glide. Movement can literally be the difference between you winning or losing a gunfight. So you want to be educated on the vast movement techs that are out there, like mantle jumps or super glides, and know you might not be able to do them all, but you still want to be able to try and practice as many of them as you can and just understand a lot of these different movement techs that are in a game, so that when a player does use it on you, that you're not caught off guard, or that so you can use it on an opponent and catch them off guard. So there's kind of a give and take right there. But literally the biggest tip that I can give you is you need to learn to holster your weapons more often. Something that is so insignificant as holstering your weapons is something that can really be the difference in between you winning and losing a gunfight as well. When you watch someone like Fade or Ecstasy, what really makes them stand out and what makes it seem like they move faster than everyone else is how they holster their weapons during fights to get in and get out and get that little extra burst. And that can really be all the difference in any fight. Tip number 4 is going to be solo no-fills. This is going to be you against the entire lobby, and there's many benefits to playing solo. For example, you can't just use your teammates as a crush to make risky pushes, and really when you're playing solo, all you can do is blame yourself when you die. Playing solo is also going to just teach you patience in a fight, and then you're going to learn when to push, when to reposition, or when to reset in the fight. When you play solo, it's really going to show you a lot of the ebbs and flows in a fight, and you're not going to be able to make as risky of plays. Now when you're going into a solo no-fill, don't expect to win, but just expect to learn and improve, because every time you win a fight in a solo no-fill or lose a fight, you're gonna learn something from that. And I would say the best practice that you could do is to record these solo games that you play and then watch them back and kind of see where you maybe made a mistake, where you did good, and just really evaluate your own footage so that you can understand where you might be lacking in some of your aspects in Apex Legends. The last and final tip number 5, is going to be a fear of failure. Now this is the mental aspect in Apex Legends that really hinders a lot of players from improving. When we watch our favorite streamers, we think that we can't be as good as them, but you know that we all want to. We want to emulate what our favorite streamers do, but the thing that stops us is ourselves. To get better at Apex, we have to just get out of our comfort zone, and ultimately, we need to fail. We need to fail however many times without getting discouraged, and eventually we'll get better and we'll learn. Apex is a fast moving game, and each game is a little bit different. So like I said before, try a few new things at a time, and when you play, master it and then move on to the next goal. Just don't forget to have fun when you're playing Apex. Like I said, every game is random, so don't really get tied to the outcome. Just work to get better. Don't let the outcome discourage you from trying anything new. Don't be afraid to fail, because every game is going to be different. It's all RNG based, so you really can't determine the outcome. But I know that if you put in the work, you will be able to determine the outcome to be in your favor more times than not. Now, yes, these last 2 seasons have been pretty disappointing, and they've made playing Apex a little bit more stressful than fun. And the drive to improve seems to be low for the community, and myself included. But I still have goals that I'm reaching for whenever I play Apex. For example, I still want to get a 4K game. I still want to be able to play more solo no-fills. And I do want to get back up to diamond rank and hopefully climb up a little bit. So maybe, I hit masters eventually. But I hope in this video that you enjoyed it and that you found something helpful out of all of these 5 tips, because I know that these are some of the 5 tips that I always put into practice when I play Apex. And if you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any more of my content. And comment down below some of your goals, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.